Big fam, I just finished one of the strangest, most interesting figure hunts I have ever been on, and trust me, you don't want to miss it.
Macho Fran joining me for the fig hunt. Where are we going?
We going to Target.
Hoping to find the rest of those WWE legends.
We better.
Chase Queen's with me. I'll come.
High hopes,
At
high
least
hopes.
let us find the Shawn Michaels and a Muda. What is that?
The motherfucking Chase.
We got him. Random to have the Warlord. Nice.
All right, now here's where things get interesting. As I said, this was one of the strangest figure hunts I ever been on as far as repacks and weird things that we just found on the shelves. And it all started at this Target. I came here hoping that I could find some new main event figures, still looking for that Nathan Frazier. They did have this Jey Uso, which looks great, but we left it behind. But as I backed up, I saw what I showed you at the beginning of this video, which is that Ringside Collectibles exclusive from the Vault Series 2, Undertaker as Kane, the Dead Man's Revenge figure. Great figure. However, this is an online exclusive to Ringside Collectibles, so for this to be at Target is strange. However, it does happen because Ringside Collectibles sells on the Target app and website. So if you buy something from them that is sold and shipped by them, you can return it to Target. They'll usually throw it on the shelves. I've seen it happen before, but this cracked me up. Now, it is cheaper on the website, so it's not worth picking up, but you love to see an online exclusive on the shelves. Ollie's has quickly become a staple in my figure hunts, and if you have one in your area, you need to get there ASAP because they're constantly stocking WWE product lately, including new Elites. They had the SummerSlam Elites, the entire set, but I already had them. They had this Ultimate Edition Bray Wyatt for $19.99, so even though I already have it, for 20 bucks, I was picking it up to have one to open. They also had this WrestleMania Batista. It was $10.99, so it really wasn't worth the squeeze for me, but these were $12.99 Elites of Tyler Bate, of AJ Styles. Don't have either, so you know I'm picking them up. I wish that they had the Outsiders Ringside Collectibles exclusives Ultimates, because that would have been cool to see Ringside Collectible figures in 2 stores on this hunt. However, they didn't have them. Apparently they did, and they sold out, but I missed them. I am hoping to find some more Ultimates and things like that. There's also a ton of new Elites that I'm hoping I can find here, like Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins from WrestleMania 40, even Jade Cargill. I mean, so check those Ollies because we made out like bandits here. However, we walked around and we found another display. It had pretty much the same stuff. Bray Wyatt, Tyler Bate, AJ Styles, Triple H in the SummerSlam Elites. They also had LA Knight in the main event series, but again, for $10.99, it's really not worth it, especially since this figure is rotting places. Speaking of which, we came to this Walmart that is absolutely rotting, and we went through everything. They had AJ Styles, Lexus King, Grayson Waller, there's Damian Priest. They even had Ridge Holland, which cracks me up finding that in stores right now. There's The Rock, LA Knight, as I said, he's everywhere. And then there was this that blew my mind. I didn't even catch it at first. LA Knight box, but somebody repacked it with Austin Theory's Elite. Doesn't look anything like the man on the box. They did have Seth. They had a few others. But man, there was nothing as interesting on these shelves as that Austin Theory figure. They had the Supreme Collection John Moxley. They had the Lowrider like every other Walmart. They had the New World Order 3-pack, but we got to take a look at that Austin Theory. Is it LA Theory or is it Austin Knight? I want you guys to comment below and let me know what you think is a better name. A combination of these two superstars. But then we went over to another Target. I let Macho Fran take the reins, and I think she did a great job here. It was all stuff we've already picked up at the other Target. Terry Funk in the blue, no chases. Big Evil Undertaker, which I gotta say is an underrated figure. I don't think it's getting enough love or nearly the love that it deserves. Smoking Guns Billy Gunn is amazing. This has to be one of my favorite Legends series, period, that they've done so far. She's going through, she's looking. I think she even knocked a whole Roman Reigns off the pegs, which was hilarious. There is that Hall of Champions 4-pack. Got that from Mattel, so we don't need to pick it up, but I would say solid stop overall if you haven't found those Legends figures. Coming over to this Walmart, we're scrolling through a bunch of those Monday Night War figures, skipped past them, looked at Beth Phoenix, the Raw, there's another Ridge Holland, he's everywhere, and then I spotted this. Again, this hunt gets weirder and weirder. This is an Albert figure, or I should say box, with a Goldberg and KO first time Elite figure in there. And then there was this, the Hollywood Hogan. It was like the early Hollywood Hogan from the Elite line that they threw in there. It does not match the figure it's supposed to be. What is going on in my area, guys? Stop buying figures, taking them out, putting trashy ones in and returning it to get these figures for free. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Only superstar we found here was Kurt Angle, but I gotta be honest, man, the other Walmart we went to didn't have any, so I'll take one over none. Ricky Starks, Christian Cage, still haven't picked these up, but at this point, I think I'm waiting for Ringside to put them on sale, on clearance, so let's hope that comes around Black Friday. Shot myself over to another Ollie's. Here it is. Again, they're all laid out pretty much the same, at least mine are. I got about 4 or 5 in my area. They had all of those SummerSlam Elites, but they also had some new ones in. One Grayson Waller left, so you know I had to grab it. Takes place, or I should say it represents WrestleMania XL, which I went to, which I'm trying to get all those figures. Tons of Romans. They also had these Randy Ortons. Daddy's back. None of them were the chase, which is okay because I didn't have the standard anyway, but it would be nice to find a $12.99 chase. I saw quite a few people finding the white chase Drew McIntyre in Ollie's for $12.99. I would love that. Never found the standard in stores, let alone the chase. So if I can find that at my Ollie's soon, that would be a good day. I'm going to continue to come back here. And like I said, I suggest you guys hit up Ollie's, all those discount stores, because there is some offloading of WWE Mattel product going on right now, and these stores are picking them up. Then we drove about 30 minutes to another Target that happened to have older product than all the other ones we went to. Felt like we wasted a little bit of gas here. This is the previous Legends set. They had a random Drew McIntyre, Jay White, obviously these 2-packs that are rotten, Stone Cold and Triple H, Austin Theory and John Cena, and then The Rock and John Cena. They also had some other main events. Here we have the Seth Rollins top picks. Great figure, but already have it. Drew McIntyre, Sid Justice, which I love. I spent months searching for it, and now I swear to God I see it in every single Target. Hulkster is there, rest in peace, but we're moving on to the next spot, which just so happened to be the Walmart that was right around the corner from my house. They had some superstars, the Hulk Hogans that are never going anywhere, a single Eddie Guerrero, and of course Ridge Holland. I gotta expect that we're gonna see this at every store now because he is not on the main roster and pretty much forgotten in the public eye as far as people who don't already have that figure. Hollywood Hogan to the max, as well as Bret the Hitman Hart. Really nothing too crazy here, kind of disappointing. There's some of those Raw Netflix Elites. There's AJ, which was on sale. Lexus King, Roman Reigns, and I think that's pretty much it as far as variety. All the rest were basically Roman Reigns, which was mind-blowing. You know, this is one of their biggest stars, and it seems like nobody wants to pick up this figure. They did have Christian Cage. Of course, they had Ricky Starks, but I saw that they had leftovers on one of the shippers, so I ran over there. Here we have Final Boss Rock, more LA Knights, more Roman Reigns, more Bret Harts, more AJ Styles, and all the stuff that we've been finding elsewhere. So I think it's safe to say that we're going to head home and take a look at our entire haul of everything that we picked up on this trip. Man, is there any better feeling than finding everything that you were really looking for or really chasing and hoping you found on a figure hunt? I don't think there is, but we're going to take a look at everything that we picked up on this trip, starting off with WWE Legend Series 27. Here we have Big Evil Undertaker, which, as I said, man, this figure is so good and deserves way more love than it is getting. We also picked up the Smoking Guns Billy Gunn, praying that we can get a Bart Gunn down the line, hoping he signs some kind of nostalgia contract or Legends deal. Then moving on to Great Muta, which is easily a figure of the year candidate already. This thing is gorgeous, has so much fine details, and really is so toyetic. Then probably my least favorite figure in the entire series is the blue standard edition Terry Funk. But when you look at the red, man, with the black chaps, everything just pops. It looks so much better and more Terry Funk-esque, I should say. So stoked that we can check this entire set off of our list. And then we also were able to get the new Shawn Michaels DX Ultimate Edition. Not my favorite era of DX, but it kinda matches the Fan Takeover HHH. So I figured, you know what? We're going to put him with Trips, and we're going to finish off DX. Had to scoop another Bray. He's one of my favorites, so I had to get one to open since we already have it mock. And then we picked up these cheap $12.99 Elites. We got Daddy's Back, Randy Orton. We got the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. We got Tyler, or should I say Master Tyler Bate. And of course, Grayson Waller with the WWE Tag Team Championship. I would say it was a solid hunt. Comment below, guys. Let me know what your favorite thing that I picked up or saw was. And let me know, is it Austin Knight or is it LA Theory? We'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace. Are you a wrestling figure collector of WWE, Mattel, AEW, Jazzwares, and everything in between? Then you need Fig Heel's Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, the modern edition covering all releases from 2010 to present day. Featuring over 7,000 photos of action figures from the hottest brands, including independent toy makers. Keep track of what you have, want, and need, including loose, mock, and overall collection value. With figure photography by Matthew Goldberg, the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia is a must-have for collectors. Full-color paperback and hardcover editions available now at heelbooks.com. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at FigHeel. Pick up my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeel. Join my official sponsor, Whatnot, at WhatHeal.com and receive $15 off your first purchase.